We all know what happens when you guys caught me smoking a cigarette.
If I'm smoking a cigarette, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? I am smoking a cigarette. Alert the media, I'm smoking a cigarette. Oh, fuck, dear Lord. Fuck it up.
We all know, right? So, should a Nerf mod raise your kids? Hell no. Unless you already have kids and you happen to be a Nerf mod. If you're not ready to raise kids because you're an irresponsible prick, take birth control, don't have sex, use condoms or something like of the manner, because it will get you in trouble. Oh yes. So anyhow, an update today. It's the first time you've seen me do an update in a while. Like, I've just been so busy. That's every excuse. I go, I've been so busy. You know what I have? Let's see. My car's alternator went poofy. So we had to change that. We got some new belts. We got a new battery, all that stuff. I got stranded. Guess where? Right by the shit plant. The shit plant! That's right. The Hyperion waste treatment plant. Luckily, the wind was going inland that day, so I didn't smell it. But I was sitting there waiting for my friends to pick me up and help me out with my car, and I was like, oh, damn. And you know, it's your alternator. You go and try to check your car, and it will go a little ways, but then it will die because your alternator's not charging enough. Oh, I'm so afraid. So anywho, today's news update. Everybody has seen the new Mega, the new Mega ones. The one that's like the revolver, the one that's like the giant Jolt. You got the one that looks something like I would say a slam mode Mega. Okay, let me give you my perspective on it. Of all the new Megas, the only one that looks really good to me is actually the Jolt one. Because you got a big, huge plunger tube at the bottom, and I'm pretty sure you can fit a wider spring in there. They might do something like they do with the current Jolts, which is really sad because you got the Sonic and the Red Sonic. You got those Jolts, and you can't get the plunger head on. Real drag. Otherwise, I'd probably throw some AK retaliators on there and probably have some fun. But unfortunately, they mess up. So you got this one. Hopefully, they don't do that to the plunger tube. I'm pretty sure they won't do that to the plunger tube and the plunger head. The revolver one looks good at close range. It is a revolver. It's probably not going to jam on you. But I'm betting the plunger tube on it is like the strong arm. It's real small. And I'm betting that it doesn't really have good distance or range. It might have some good close-end firepower, especially if they made it like a strong arm where it's slammed. But I have a real big feeling it's probably going to be more like the Maverick, where it's just one of those things that does 30, 35 feet, something like that. Not the greatest. The slam mode one, it would give me a break. The foam on a Mega is so thin that not only would I not want it to be clip fed, I don't think it's really good for an application. My hair is all over the place. But an application where you're trying to rapid fire. I don't think the Mega Dart is good rapid fire, real good rapid fire form factor. I think it's good acting like a grenade. A lot like your Demolisher missile. Why did they just not make that Mega to begin with? I don't know. The missile looks cool, and like, people want stuff that's new. But I don't know. Okay. There's a Modius. Modius looks like a Vortex. I could be wrong. It could be a new Stampede. And you know, I have a crazy theory. I don't know if it's flywheel or not. I have a crazy theory that maybe... Probably wrong. I'm probably wrong. The Rhino Fire is two Stampedes put together. It seems like it. I see a test fire it was like, and it always seemed to fire at a point. Maybe the release for each one is when the barrel goes back and it fires. Maybe, and then goes to the flywheels. And it has those two things on both sides that look like the flywheel, but I don't know. I don't hear any flywheel noise. When I saw it, I didn't hear any flywheel noise. That was the first thing I noticed. The second thing I noticed is that when it fired back, it released. A lot like the Stampede is time-based as well. Stampede, your plunger goes back, goes forward, and once it goes forward, it lets go of the plunger, which is a lot like a Night Finder plunger just made for a full auto, and then throws the whole thing back again, pulls forward the plunger tube, keeps the plunger rod back, and then fires it. So it just goes like that. The Rhino fire to me seemed like that. Wouldn't that be cool if it was really like two Stampedes? It could be. I'll tell you why that would be a very cool thing. Yes, you'd have to run around with two ass barrels and shooting this big blaster, okay, if you wanted to really mod them. It was like that. Sure. But there's a good chance if that's so, and I'm really talking speculative, okay, it would be a good chance that that system might be more solid than a Stampede system, that everybody had trouble modding, and people had issues. There are some people that made some really good ones, but really, is it going to beat Monster's going to beat a Rapid Strike with some good, some good 130s or Blade 180s? Or in my case, even more than that? No. And so at that point, is it worth going through the trouble of a Stampede, just like is it worth going through the trouble of modding a Recon? Same thing. So, what we got some flip-fed crossbow thingy that looks interesting, but I don't know enough about its operation to tell. You got your usual new repaints of your elites, and they got 90 feet, and anybody with an orange mod works 5K spring, or anybody like me who uses black tactical springs, who cares? Really. I mean, it's a good selling point for people that want to go stock. It ups the bump in a stock war. That's nice, but 90 feet is probably more like 55 or 60 flat. That's decent, I gotta admit. I never thought that a stock Nerf gun would go that far. I thought it should go farther. I never knew it would. Okay. The Triad looks interesting. Again, Triad's one of my favorite blasters. It has just the simplicity behind it. And not only the simplicity behind it, but it just is a small, effective blaster that a dual wielder would be good. Okay? So one has to reconsider, okay, you got your revolver Mega. That has, I'm going to tell you the make and break on it. The make is that good power, darts don't pop out when you're trying to fire them, and jam the whole thing, and it's slam. Even if it was doing less than a Mega Magnus, that would be bitchin'. Okay, that would be bitchin'. Even the Mega Magnus, okay, is a blaster that is good. And not because it is a portable Centurion. They try to advertise it as weaker than a Centurion. In my opinion, it's not. Okay. Not to mention, I only needed to take out a few locks out of the trigger mechanism, and one Stampede spring to really make it nice and effective. I took out somebody last time I played. My high power blasters. This is my that's Vertebrae M right there. I'll be going over that in a second. What's the difference between just a Vertebrae M, a Vertebrae L, and a Vertebrae R? Okay, there are differences. Okay, usually it's in the fire mechanisms, the punchers, and everything else. I was out of ammo, so one of the players, really good player by the way. It was anybody's game at this point. There's lots of points in a battle where, especially with Nerf and how random it is, that it's anybody's game, and usually people don't beat each other so cleanly. And I gotta say, same here. Okay. I was shooting at this on a hill. The hill was 150 feet back and about 80, 90 feet up. And I was pinning everybody to that point. I had a whole team in front of me, and most of them got dusted, right? We're nearing our time limit. And this ran out of ammo. I ran out of Stefan darts. Shot most of them over that hill. So a lot of them I didn't get back. And so I threw this down. I grabbed this. First shot missed, second shot, he got 2 shots on me, I finally got him in the leg. Boom! And it's one-hit kill in this game. So, in a lot of games, a lot of people are counting the Megas as one-hit kill. I still think that Revolver has good potential to suck. If it has a robust plunger tube on it, if it's got, if it's relatively jam-free, remember that we're going from a smaller dart size to a bigger dart size. Picture the dart carrier is probably like that big, okay? if they're using the same ratchet system they use on like a strong arm or a Maverick, and they just decide to throw it on a bigger cylinder, forget it. It's not going to do that well, you know. What I would have really liked to see was a mega system that maybe didn't have a hammer on it, but had a barreling system that was like a hammer shot. I like the hammering shots barrel system. It's solid. It's nice. It had a feel to it that seemed like it wasn't gonna jam. I don't hate the hammer shot. It just doesn't have my kind of power. You know what I mean? That's my thing about that.